What is going on, Cryptic Crew? This is your boy Cryptic Flash bringing you guys our week 2 team builder for the PWD. If you guys are excited, make sure you hit that like button down below. Make sure you guys smash that like button because this week we are going up against my good friend KRYPTIC, you guys. KRYPTIC, he is the man, you guys. Go check out his YouTube channel. The link will be in the description. This is the matchup that I have been, the schedule came out 9 weeks. And I saw that me and my boy here were facing week 2, and that was just it's the match I'm the most excited about. Make sure you guys go check out his channel, show him some love. The man, he has great LPs. You guys would love his personality. He's just a really easy guy to like, and so he's a good friend of mine, and I am hyped for this match, you guys. When we so KRYPTIC, he has hosted what he calls the surprise draft league. So essentially you just surprise trade 10 Pokemon, or is it 10 Pokemon? I can't remember now. I think it is 10 Pokemon. And then whatever you get back, you guys, you kind of prep teams based on that and battle each other. He would stream that every Friday, and he did ask me to participate in that the last few weeks. And so I've done that, and when we battled, you guys, it is punch for punch. We have a very similar battle style, and so our battles are just they're intense. I mean, it's mind games, it's all that good stuff. So he's a great battler, and I'm super excited for this matchup, you guys. This is, I mean, probably the most hype match of the season for me here. So I'm super excited. I'm gonna go ahead and break down my opponent's team. If you guys missed week 1, I'll go ahead and link week 1's battle in the description. As far as takeaways from week 1, I think that overall, I think the prep for week 1, I think we had pretty solid prep. I mean, the starting with Jolteon and just kind of that situation, how it played out. I had replayed in my head over and over how what his potential leads could be and potential switches. So everything went according to plan, and we were able to pick up the first W of this season. And so as far as my big takeaways, I think that I want to try to slow it down when it comes to picking my moves. I was very decisive in my first video. Reason being is because we're up against a short timer, and so that was kind of my reason for being so quick to pick my moves. I want to take a minute to go ahead and think over my moves, because there were instances that I could have recovered my Melodic or my Venusaur. Actually, probably not Venusaur, but Melodic I could have recovered, but I didn't, just because I was trying to keep the pressure on. So in this match, I'm going to try to take it easy a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and start going over this man's team. He has a very scary team here. Obviously leading off with that Gmax Snorlax, you guys. Gmax Snorlax is very scary. He is a big boy. He's got that big belly, and out of that belly comes a freaking tree, you guys. It is amazing. His Gmax move is Gmax Replenish. What it essentially is normal stab move that gives him the chance of getting a berry back. And so with the Gluttony ability, this thing can be spooky. He can be a curse set to set up. He can be a belly drum set to go ahead and start sweeping the teams. He's got a couple potential trick room options that he can utilize to get this boy moving. And so Snorlax is a very scary mon, and could potentially be tough for us to get rid of there. Next up is Togekiss. Now Togekiss is another bulky Pokemon. Has potential with Tailwind to go ahead and give him some additional speed on his team. Otherwise, it can be a heal beller. I believe it can get Wish. I am going to there we go. Sorry, I was just trying to lighten up my screen a little bit. I don't want to go in dark on you. It can have T-Wave support. It can be offensive with Calm Mind. Togekiss can actually be a real problem if you don't have the tools to deal with it. Gastrodon is another Pokemon that is just kind of annoying. It's got that ground typing, so it's immune to electric types. So my Jolteon is going to have a tough time with Gastrodon. It can get Toxic Storm Drain, so any water type moves, it can just come in and absorb that. And so as far as Melodic goes, he's a pretty solid check to that. I am very concerned. It gets reliable recovery, which is another thing to note. Next up is Bronzong. Now, Bronzong honestly walls my Venusaur. There's nothing Venusaur really can do to this thing. It resists my Grass Stab. It's immune to poison. It has Levitate, so I can't use a ground type move. Knockoff isn't in the game anymore, so at least I don't think Knockoff is in Gen 8. I think that they removed that for this game, but that presents huge problems for us, right? Our Gmax is completely walled by this thing. It gets potential with screens. It can set up a trick room. It can go ahead and set rocks. This Pokemon is a very, very solid utility mon. So we need to be very careful around that. Next up is my boy Crobat's mascot here, the Crobat itself. Very speedy Pokemon, gets access to Defog for removing hazards, also U-turn to go ahead and pivot around. Strong Brave Bird. This thing actually could be a special attacker as well, or you could do mixed. It gets access to Nasty Plot, I believe, with Heat Wave, Air Slash, Sludge Bomb, things like that. So Crobat is not just a physical mon, it can be a special mon too. Next up is going to be Vikavolt. Now, Vikavolt, I believe, gets access to Sticky Webs. I think it does. I don't know that for sure. I think it does. I don't know. If it doesn't, then oh well. It has the Levitate ability to make it immune to ground type moves. It's a bug, you guys. Gets access to Energy Ball for my rock types and ground types. So that's something to keep in mind. I don't know if I have a direct check for this Vikavolt. And so it could actually cause us some issues. I'm curious as to how we'll deal with it. I mean, we have options, but nothing really wants to switch into a Vikavolt's attack. So we'll see how we can work around that thing. Dhelmise is a great grass ghost type Pokemon, has the rapid spin ability to rapid spin. I mean, it has reliable recovery, but rapid spin and recovery is kind of Dhelmise's big strengths that are unique. Otherwise, it's has Anchor Shot, which is Steel move, Steel Grass. Or is it just Steel? There's a Ghost. I don't know. I probably should have done a little bit more homework, but really Rapid Spin and Reliable Recovery is kind of the big takeaways from Dhelmise. Next up is Mr. Rhyme, you guys. Gen 8 Mr. Rhyme. Now, I honestly have no idea what Mr. Rhyme does. So, it's got base 70 speed, so it's not setting the world on fire. It's Ice and Psychic. I mean, we have answers for Ice and Psychic. So, I'm not too concerned with Mr. Rhyme. I don't even know if he'll bring it. But it's a potential. Next up is going to be the Midnight form of Lycanroc, you guys. Has access to the No Guard ability, so he could be dishing out some strong Stone Edges, things like that. Could it be super scary? I think it gives access to Earthquake, Sucker Punch for priority, Brick Break, things like that. So could be a threat there. Next up is going to be Skuntank. Skuntank gets access to Flamethrower. I think this actually gets access to Parting Shot, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know for sure, you guys. I don't know too much about Skuntank, to be honest. I never used it, and so we'll see what my boy does with it. It resists our Venusaur as well. So if he's trying to really hardcore counter Venusaur, he'll bring the Skuntank. Last but not least is Raichu, which I'm imagining is going to have the Lightning Rod ability, which will go ahead and counter our Jolteon if we do bring that, which you guys will see in a minute what our team will be. But Lightning Rod ability, it could be potentially a Surfing Raichu. Could have Grass Knots, Volt Switch Fake Out, things like that. It's just a fast Pokemon that can dish out some damage. So I'm hoping the team that we have, you guys, is going to be enough to go ahead and take on my boy here. But I'll go ahead and jump in. The first Pokemon, you guys, is going to be Bubba, our Venusaur. I feel like Venusaur, I'll go over the moves here real quick. Holding the Black Sludge for that recovery, similar to last week. I did go ahead and give my Pokemon Dynamax candies, you guys. Last week, I did not do that. So we will not make that mistake again. We will give them Dynamax candies to get them all the way up so that they're dealing the most, you guys. We have the Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, Earth Power, and Synthesis on this boy. Giga Drain obviously is going to be, this is going to be my Gastrodon check. Giga Drain will go ahead and take care of that. Sludge Bomb, Honestly, Sludge Bomb is there for the Togekiss as well as um, actually really Togekiss. Earth Power for the Raichu, for the Skuntank, for a non-levitating Bronzong, which I don't think he'll bring. Venusaur was a questionable bring on my part for this week, so we'll see. Honestly, what he ends up doing. I don't know how much work Bubba is going to be putting in. He might be one of our more expendable members of the squad, but we'll see. I mean, we need this thing. We really don't have a Gastrodon answer, so that's the big reason that I brought the Venusaur, is for that Gastrodon. But other than that, I really think Bubba might have a struggle this match. Other than Togekiss, Gastrodon and Togekiss is kind of where Bubba is going to hopefully put in work. Next up is going to be our gosh darn, is it Minnesota, our Lycanroc. The team mascot is going to be rocking the choice band. We are trying to hit hard with this boy. Adamant nature, because he's speedy boy, and with that adamant nature, we don't need all of our speed on Lycanroc. That's kind of what I figured, is that with the adamant nature with the choice band, we can start dealing more damage than we otherwise would be able to. Rocking the Excel Rock for the priority close combat, which will handle the Snorlax, along with it handles, I mean, close combat, you guys. It's a choice band in close combat is going to do work to pretty much anything that comes in on it. Crunch is going to be for that Bronzong if he wants to go ahead and try to bring that thing in. And then Drill Run will be for Skuntank and Raichu, actually. Skuntank and Raichu will be eating that Drill Run for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, guys. I'm excited for Minnesota. This is his debut, so we'll see what he can do. We will definitely see what he can do. Next up is going to be our Fluffy Hydreigon, holding the Expert Belt. The reason I went with an Expert Belt is because I want to be able to switch up moves on my boy. We have some coverage for, and I'll go to the moves here so you guys can see. It's a Jolly Nature, max speed, max special attack. I just want to make sure that if he's trying to speed creep me, that we're utilizing all of our speed. Just because with max speed, I'm outspeeding pretty much everything except for the Hydreigon and the Raichu. For the moves, we have U-Turn is going to just be for pivotability. Dragon Pulse is just Dragon Stab. Dark Pulse for the Bronzong. For the Delmise, gosh darn, Mr. Rhyme. And then Flash Cannon is going to be for the Togekiss. And it also does bop the Mr. Rhyme and the Lycanroc as well. Just because I want to be able to switch moves if I need to, just to kind of mess up his team. Expert Belt obviously boosts the power of super effective moves. So that's what we're going to be hoping for here. Next up is going to be, get to the correct screen here. Oh, no. It's going to be Jolteon, you guys. Sparkplug our Jolteon. Reason I brought Jolteon here is for the gosh darn Togekiss. I need another answer for that thing. The Crobat, as well as really that's pretty much it. And it's a powerful offensive Pokemon. So it will as far as dishing out damage, it can dish out see, I mean, it's the same set as last week. So Volt Switch for pivotability, Thunderbolt for a powerful electric type move. Shadow Ball will go ahead and bop the Bronzong, and Baton Pass, because I don't know what other move to give Jolteon. I could do Hyper Voice, but what is that really doing for me? I would rather just a Shadow Ball or do an electric type move. We have given Sparkplug the Life Orb to go ahead and dish out additional damage. Yeah, just to make sure that we're doing as much power output as possible. Next up is going to be the Pokemon you guys just saw. Is going to be Happy Feet, our Hitmontop, holding the AV so that we can go ahead and take those special hits. Intimidate ability to go ahead and lower attacks. This is going to be our check to our to his Snorlax. We have the Mach Punch, Close Combat, Earthquake, and Rapid Spin. Obviously, this is going to be what we do to keep Stealth Rocks off our side of the field. we need to be mindful that Dynamax could easily come in and wall Happy Feet. So if he does go into Dynamax, we need to be quick to go into Hydreigon to go ahead and start putting in some work on that thing. But Mach Punch for priority, close combat for a huge damage on that Snorlax, Earthquake for the Raichu, as well as a Skuntank, and then Rapid Spin to get rid of our rocks. Last but not least is going to be another member who is debuting for the first time this season. It's going to be DeWalt, which I actually got the nickname from Crobats in his, which playthrough is it? The one he's doing with Fire Red and Leaf Green with all of his buddies. I forget what he calls that one, but it's pretty solid, you guys. Go check out my boy. Go check out his content. Yeah, I love his videos. So DeWalt was his Rhydon name, so I figured I'd pay homage to him and name my own Rhydon DeWalt. So holding the leftovers to go ahead and actually, just kidding, I'm going to swap this out for Eviolite. Why am I doing leftovers? I don't know. I just threw this together quick. So we are going to be swapping the leftovers for Eviolite to give us that extra bulk. Not Swoobat. Adamant Nature to go ahead and give us as much damage output as possible. Rocking the Earthquake for the Raichu, the Skuntank, the Lycanroc. Stone Edge for Strong Rock Stab. And then Body Press for that gosh darn Snorlax. The user attacks, but the higher the user's defense, the more damage it can inflict. Okay, I thought for a second I thought it was something with the weight. I'm like, are we gonna body press a freaking G-Max Snorlax? I guarantee that thing outweighs us. And then Stealth Rocks for some hazards, you guys. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 Pokemon that are super weak to hazards, so getting hazards up could be very beneficial for us. But priority 1 for me is honestly to make sure he does not set up any kind of a trick room. I'm very nervous about that. He's got a slow team, but he's got a couple. I don't know if Mr. Rhyme presents a trick room possibility, but I know Bronzong does, and so Bronzong also could be his. I think he's bringing Bronzong just because it walls my Venusaur so much. It could be his rock setter and potential trick room user. So as far as leads go, I mean, he could potentially lead the Bronzong, the Crobat, or the Raichu, or potentially the Lycanroc to go ahead and get up rocks. So I am probably leaning towards, and I'll talk a little bit more about it in the actual battle video, but I am leaning towards leading with the Hydreigon, just because it discourages the Bronzong, it discourages the Bronzong, really. I mean, it can take a hit from a Raichu, unless that thing uses Focus Blast, but I mean, that's kind of my thought. Is either Hydreigon or honestly Jolteon. I guess we could lead with DeWalt here and get up our own rocks. What do I want to do? What do I want to do, you guys? I don't know. I've got time to think about it. This is just the team builder, but I feel like I should have some kind of an idea of what I want to lead with. I don't know. I'll think on it. You guys will figure out here when I post the video on Wednesday for the battle. But I am super hyped, you guys. I am nervous. I think I think it's gonna be a good match, you guys. It's gonna be a super good match. He's got a great team. I think that we built the appropriate team. I didn't end up bringing Melodic because he's got a Gastrodon, he's got a Vikavolt, he's got a Dynamax, he's got a Raichu. So all of that scares out my Melodic. I think he's going to be forced to bring one of those. I think he brings the Gastrodon because that's like a pure check to my Melodic. And that's why we need Venusaur. So I think that's gonna be it, guys. If you guys are excited for our week 2 match against the boy, make sure you hit that like button down below. I am super excited. I hope you guys are. But I think that is going to be it for me, my friends. This is Cryptic Flash. I'm out.